Guys, we are here with another quick video. This one's going over merge nodes. We're going to be using merge nodes a lot. After the edit set node and the code node, it's probably the third most used node. So basically, merge nodes let you take two branches, either output them as after each other or combine them in some way. And so we'll look at the different ways we can use them and how we can combine them. Real quick, let's do a reminder on what our data looks like. So out of our branch one from our last video, we have this little data packet. It has two little items in it. One item is branch one with a name and password. Another item is branch two with name and password. I have this new node here that is generating 10 random items. So we get these 10 items out so we can do some different combining stuff here. And each of these has a name company that is standard and then a third key or ID that is different. So we'll see how that affects things going through. So running this into the first merge type, this is the append type. So the append is pretty useful. It just basically takes unlimited in from the first, unlimited in from the second, and outputs them one after the other, just based on just how they come in. So it takes a bunch of items in, outputs them as they come in, one after the other. So you'll see we have 11 items in, 11 items out, and it looks like that data packet has the two branches in it. So that data is at the top, and then each of the company items is the company name, project ID, whatever, active users. So each of these is his own individual item, and you'll see these items are separated by these little commas right here. So this is an item by itself. So then you can do different things with those items. We can sort them, we can filter them, but now they're like 11 little packets of information coming out and flowing. So the other way we can combine them, another really useful way here, is by position. So this one right here, when we combine by position, we define the number of inputs coming in, and that will tell us how many, it's waiting for that number of inputs before it outputs. So if we had 3 inputs here, it would add another selection here. We'd have another branch coming in, and it'd be waiting for one item from each branch before it fired one item out. And that's basically what it's doing. It's just going to fire out the total number of items. It only fired out one item here because we only have one item coming in from branch one. So you'll notice that because we only have one item coming in from branch one, it only matches up the first item on branch two, and it doesn't match up anything else. So it only output this one here with the one item from branch one. And that's useful in some cases. There are some reasons for that. Then we have a combine all here. So this one is useful if you have a 1 and 1, or in this case a 1 and anything else. You basically can add data to each one of these items. So in this case, we're going to fire it. Now there's 10 items out because it's basically taking each one of the branch 1 datas and adding it to the item from branch 2. So now you have a one item that has the data packet from branch 1 on it. So you see each of these new company little ones also has this little data packet attached to it. So you can see that would also be useful. We did that earlier when we were changing the name of a variable. We ran it up and it ran it back out of the merge node and it added it to the data packet. So this one's really useful for running a data packet forward. You'll be doing that a lot from the beginning of a workflow to the end. So get used to that combine all one. But if there's multiple items going into combine all, so what this node does is it basically just takes that data packet. So we have that data packet coming in, and it's going to split it out into its 2 items. So it's going to take each of these and make them be the output. And you'll see that is now there's no data packet, and each of them is their own little output. So when we run that into this combine all merge node, now we're actually going to get 20 as our output, because there's 10 on this side, and now there's 2 coming on the other side, so it combines each of them. So it takes the data packet 1 and puts it with each of those properties, those second properties, the name and companies, and then it also takes data branch 2 and puts it with each of the name and properties. So it's all the combinations, and there's reasons to use that. So you can see those 3 are very useful. Now what we're going to do is we're going to quickly jump down to the this little demo I have set up here. So one of the things you can do when you have 10 items coming in from one side and you want to do like a combine all like we just did. So let's just say we're going to combine all. What we want to do now is just do one packet in on one side and one packet in on the other side. And so when we run this code node, it's basically taking each of these items and putting it into a new packet called merge data. And so now each of the items is in its own little packet, and it's only one item coming out. So now you can see how this would be useful in any of these different scenarios, depending on how we want to mix the data. You can think of all different ways. Having this little code node just before to take all your data in, take it into one packet, and merge it out with a branch that only has one coming in. And now what's useful about that is this combine all coming out should have one item on the outside because it's a one-in-one combine, which it does. And that item basically has two little packets of data. It has the data from the top branch, and it has the two branches, and then the merge data, all the different items from the second branch. And so then on the other side of those merges, you can use these split out nodes. So I can say either data, so if I want just the two data packets, I can split that out and get that. Or if I want just the two merge packets, or the 10 merge packets, the 10 those little company from branch 2, I can merge those out. So now we have those 10 items coming out. Or you can just create a code node that takes in that specific JSON or just generic JSONs or whatever and outputs the number of packets total. So in this case, we output both. We just had it output a JSON where each of the items is now name, password, and then name, company project, name, company active user. So you can see each item is just now on its own. It's kind of flattened essentially. What we're doing here. So that's basically how you use a merge. Let me know if you guys want me to go more in depth in merge nodes, and don't forget to like and subscribe.